Hi everyone, welcome. Uh, Today we are going to play some more Pokemon Emerald, as always. Nothing new, but I just want to sort of go over some stuff that I did before, and also I did a little bit of leveling up off stream, just because that's a little bit boring. But before we get started, I actually want to do a Pokedoku, just purely for a bit of fun. So let's go to here. And yeah, so that's Pokedoku. For anyone that doesn't know, essentially it's like a bit like a Sudoku puzzle where you have to kind of name like what Pokemon they are. So like in this case, it's like Dual type and Ghost. So you have to kind of name it, and then you basically have like uniqueness rank, where you can kind of see like how unique your puzzle is compared to everyone else's. So might as well start at the top. I think Giratina, I think, is probably the best bet of this one. So I'd say Origin is probably better. Yeah, 1.2, that's pretty good. And then like Ghost Necrozma, Ghost Legendary, for example, there's Necrozma or Giratina. I've already done one Giratina, so I might do the other one. So like this one, for example. And then like that's 22%, so that's not amazing. And then Monotype Ghost, I'm pretty sure there's only one, and it's Mischievous and Mismagius, so there's only two, so I think, I'm not sure. So let's just go Mischievous instead. There we go. 13%, I don't know if that's good or not. Yeah. We'll find out in a minute. Like, I think the good uniqueness rank is like down by like, I don't know, 200 maybe? I'm not 100% sure, so. Okay, so Monotype in Kalos. We'll leave that one for now. Dual type Kalos. God. Okay, let's just leave this whole one right now. Actually, Legendary Kalos, there's like Zygardes, so there's like quite a few Zygardes that you can have. We'll go for the one in the middle. Why not? Because there's only like Veltal, Xerneas, and Zygarde, so you kind of have to do one of those. And then Legendary and Hoenn. Kind of right, really, with doing Hoenn based Nuzlocke. So let's go with Latias. I like Latias. And then Monotype Hoenn. We'll come back to that one. Dual type Hoenn. I think we're probably best going with one of the ones that changed into a fairy. Like originally it wasn't Monotype, Dual type, but now it is. So Gardevoir. Yeah, that's really good. Less than 1% of people pick that. And then I think dual types. I think Gorgeist is Kalos, and there's like loads of them. So pick one of them. I pick this. Why not? Let's pick the small. 1.4. That's pretty good. And then Monotype Sliggoo, maybe. Yeah, that's pretty good. 1.5. And then I don't know. We've got like the normal types, but they seem a bit obvious. Wailmer. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad. So uniqueness 68. That's pretty good. So we got a few of those. So Necrozma was the best one. Got the Zygarde. Yeah, not bad. So this is Pokedoku, so it's like a Sudoku style, and you have to kind of get the most unique. So the most unique is 32, and I got 68, which isn't too bad actually. But yeah, so yeah, that's that anyway. So let's get into, if it works, there we go. Let's get into some Pokemon. So off stream, I actually did a couple of things, just because they were going to be a bit boring if you watched it. Like, yeah, we are. We're playing some Emerald now. Don't worry. I really am not sure what you're talking about right now. But okay. Yeah, so I did a few things off stream. And then so I went and backtracked and caught a wing goal from Slateport City to basically dupe it out. And then named it Pelican because that's kind of what it looks like when it evolves. And then leveled him up. And then as well, I went and caught a Whalmer. They're absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with a virgin. I'm one myself. Yeah, and I got a Whalmer from Route 108 and called it Whale because it obviously looks like a mini whale, right? And when it evolves, it's a giant whale. So, and then also what I did is I evolved. Well, I leveled up everyone to level 30, and in the process, Zigzagoon evolved into Linoon, and then Sandshrew evolved into Sandslash, and then Corefish evolved into Crawdon, and then finally the Minauts evolved into Wobbuffet. Really useful Pokemon, but doesn't actually learn any proper attacks. So, yeah. So today, essentially, what we're doing is the first thing we need to do is do 4-tree gym. So we need to set up for that, essentially. So best thing to do is just store everything quickly. And then we'll figure out who we want to take. So I think taking the Graveler is a good shout. Taking Fish the Gyarados, definitely. Magneton, without a doubt. I think Absol's not a bad shout as well. I think maybe the Minun's a good shout as well. We'll go for Sandslash as well. And I think we can give Absol the run out in place of Wobbuffet here. Just see how he does. But the only other thing we really need to do is... What's in your... Okay. I'm just going to ignore what you guys are talking about right now. We need to teach Ice Beam to the fish here, because it's going to be key for defeating the Altaria. So we'll get rid of Dragon Rage, because it only does 40 damage. So, and then we also have like Rock Tomb is a very useful move here, which will teach to like Sandshrew, Sandslash. Place a defense curl there. Yeah, we've got Gothcat. He's getting ready to go. He'll do some bits. Toxic is also really useful, but we're going to wait to teach that to something that's actually worth it. We've also got some, like, the reason I haven't leveled these up right up to the level cap of 33 is because we've got some trainers to beat, so we need to make sure that we're kind of not over leveled, and hence why he is literally not being used, because he's so close to leveling up. Like 2000 XP, so we don't want to over level him, otherwise we can't use him. So let's go over here and go to the gym. So this gym's actually pretty cool. It's got like these like things that you can like turn, and then you kind of go around them like that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to... Maybe. I'm definitely going to have to fight one. Yeah, there you go. So I've got to fight these two. So, yeah, we'll go with Absol. The Absol absolutely caused us chaos, by the way. Like, an absolute nightmare. For whoever's in the chat last stream, like, he really scared me with what he was, like, just causing so much trouble. So why not? We'll Swords Dance. I don't think they can take me out, I hope. And then we'll Rock Throw the Swallow here. That'll probably miss now, because the double team. Oh, it didn't. Thank God for that. So, nice. That's decent. And then we'll get rid of him by doing that. And then rock throw the doe duo. So we've done the quick attack to get rid of the swallow so he doesn't attack us. There we go. That's him out. So normally in a double battle I would try and get the 2v1 situation, but in this case, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, the Pelipper's a bit of a problem, so we're going to take him down first. Of course it protects. So Nightshade just does a flat damage depending on how much health you've got. Depending on the level, sorry. So, like, that's level 29, so it would have done 29 damage. Double protect, are you kidding me? I'm absolutely getting done with protects and detects in this run, I swear. There we go. Finally get, like, actually... There we go. Rock throw missed, of course it did. Because why would it actually hit? Let's just take this out here, and then we're actually going to switch this out because it's going to be weak to water type moves, so we'll switch them out. Nice, good flinch. Let's see. And then we'll just spark here. Better not. It didn't protect again, which is good. But I did hurt myself in confusion, which is... Oh my god. Could be losing Gothcat here. Oh, thank God for that he leered. That's a good thing. I was going to say, we could have easily lost Gothcat there. First battle. There we go. Switch him out. Protect him a little bit. Thankfully, once we do this gym, we get like 3 encounters to go for. So, well, actually, I think it's like 5 or 6 encounters actually. But yeah, pretty good. Alright, let's heal up. There you go. We'll carry on going. I think I'll actually end up having to fight that guy, which is a little bit annoying. Oh. Doing well there. Ah, I see what I need to do. Yeah. You've got to fight this guy. Have to fight this guy. And then you rotate that out and then you go the other way. Yeah. Brain. Tropius. We love a Tropius. See how much damage this does, because that could be worrying. Oh, not too bad. It should be available to put a GIF in. I'm not like I don't know exactly how it works. I did enable it, but whether it's working or not, I don't know. There we go. He's down. So you do that, and then 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 you're through. So even though I've just got through there, going straight back to the Pokemon Center just to heal up. Right. So let's just quickly see who she's got. Right. We've got to level up as well, just to get everyone to level 33. Double team is actually very useful. Get rid of Razor Wind. Even though that is a normal type move, we'll still get rid of it anyway. Right. Nah. Right, okay, so one last thing we're going to do is teach Thunderbolt. Get rid of Sonic Boom. Okay, right. So they lead so Winona leads Swablu with Perish Song, which is a little bit annoying. Also has Mirror Move, Safeguard, and Aerial Ace, which is again a little bit annoying. Aerial Ace always hits. Mirror Move basically hits back what you just did, and Perish Song will, if they use it, you have 3 turns before your Pokemon dies. So a little bit frustrating. So we're just gonna try and get rid of it as quickly as possible. Actually, you know what? We've got Tropius. They're using Tropius, so we're definitely going to take Torkoal to this battle. And place a Sand Slash. Nando's a Torkoal. He's going to get a run out just purely for the Tropius, because it's a bit of a problem where it's not weak to electric. But you have Swablu who's weak to electric. You have Pelipper who's weak to electric. Skarmory weak to electric and fire. Tropius is weak to just fire. So Iron Defense is really good. So we're not going to teach it though. It's got high enough defense as it is for this battle anyway. Might have to relearn it later on. But yeah. Right. This is actually a bit of a risky fight. It's a little bit frustrating. Like, it's very difficult. The Altaria is the big problem. But I think I have a plan for the Altaria. And I'll sort of talk through it when I get to it. If I get to it. Right, so just double check we are leading with Magnet here. The mining is just a backup. One, for if we need to sack. Two, in case Magneton does go down. But yeah, let's hope we don't wipe here. So, as mentioned, they'll lead Swablu. After that, it's kind of a little bit not sure, but I'll probably have to try and figure it out in a moment. So, we'll just take him out with Thunderbolt. This should one shot. Yeah, there we go. I imagine they'll probably send out either Altaria because of Earthquake or Tropius. Altaria, yeah. So this is the ace. This is this is the scary one. So this is going to use Earthquake like straight away here because it's like 4 times super effective against me, and it definitely will kill. So I'm going to switch. This is why we bought Gyarados, by the way, because it's part flying type, and when it uses Earthquake, I won't get hit by it. Plus the Intimidate is very helpful. There you go. And then we're going to use Ice Beam. Because it's 4 times super effective against it, even though it's a special type move, and Gyarados doesn't have that great, as you can see here. It's got an Aurum Berry, but it should have such high health that it's barely going to do anything yet. And then we'll do a second Ice Beam, and that should take it out. Yeah, that was a scary one. We should be okay from here. So Tropius, okay, this is fine. Likely to use, don't know actually what it would use. Maybe Aerial Ace, but we'll switch into Nando's. Might use Sunny Day. Aerial Ace, yeah, there we go. So we're just gonna Fire Spin. This is why we bought. Because using Sunny Day would mean that my moves are now more effective as well, even though it can start like spamming Solar Beam. But Fire Spin does like chip damage every turn, so it's weird that you use Sunny Day and then use Aerial Lacer, but fine, not a problem. There we go, so that's a Tropius down, which is really good. So now we just have the Pelipper and the Skarmory left. It's probably going to be a Pelipper now because water type. It's going to be super effective. So this is where we're just going to go straight back. It's going to use probably Water Gun, which is mental that at level 30 this is the best move it has. But it's going to probably use Water Gun. So we're going to go into, yeah, Magneton again. And we should now just be able to finish it off with this. Supersonic, okay. Should have probably put a berry on him, but didn't really think of that. It's fine. Maybe it's being discouraged from using water type moves because of the sun being up. Okay, we're just gonna hopefully break through this time, not be hurt. Yeah, there we go. So that's Pelipper down. So now just the Skarmory left, which is a little bit annoying because it has Sand Attack to stop it hitting you. It can get a little bit frustrating, but we should be okay. Still confused, which is a little bit worrying, but we broke through. We're okay. This should be over now. As you can see, Magneton essentially carries this with the exception of the Altaria. So, yeah, there we go. That's that one done. Pretty clean, riskless Winona, which for a gym battle, compared to the last gym battle that we did, is actually quite welcome. And that does also give us a new level cap, which is really useful. And this level cap's quite a big difference, so... Let me just update that now. So the new level cap is level 42, which is quite nice. But there is quite a big chunk between now and the next gym, which is why this level caps so much. So we will sort that out in a second. So we've got a couple of encounters to get now, but really happy that we managed to get through that gym battle without any deaths, because we've definitely had some problems before. Yeah, don't know why he's doing that. We'll just heal. We'll probably put a couple of Pokemon in the box to get a couple of other ones out, just because moving down this route there's probably a few like trainers that we could do with some strong Pokemon against. So we will put you in the box and the Graveler in the box, which we never ended up using, which is interesting. And we will take out Tentacruel and Crobat. Okay. And we can actually teach Crobat fly now, which is kind of useful. Means we can fly around, but for now we're not going to bother. Right, so we've already beaten her, we don't care about her. We've already got the encounter on this route anyway, but as for what it matters, it was a dupe, so not really an issue. But the next encounter is the next route down, so Route 121. That's our next encounter. And we've got a few people to fight that are a little bit further down here, so we might as well just get on with it. Flying type. Bit of Wingull. We like Wingull. And then Natu. There we go, leveled up. Carried so much in that gym battle that it's leveled up already. So you notice it's always raining, which means that in battle it's raining as well. Bit of oddish. Yeah, definitely a bit wet. Just a little bit. But I actually don't want to be... I'm going to move this up here. So we have a Thunderstone, we have a Firestone, and we have a Waterstone. So we can evolve the Lombre into Ludicolo. I'm just kind of waiting to see when the best time to do it is, because I'm not 100% sure when I want to do it yet. So that's a Kecleon. But it's fine, we're just going to avoid as many trainers as we can here. Oh, there's an item up there. Nugget, it's 5,000. We go over here. and along this bridge. And you notice the rain's gone now, which is really good. That's what we like to see. And we're in another battle. Surskit is bug water, I believe. There we go. And another one. I think this guy just has 3 Surskit, to be completely honest with you. So, for the people that don't know, in my actual Twitch channel, in the About section, you can actually suggest which games I play, which Pokemon games you want me to play next. So go ahead and put some suggestions in, and then I can have a think about what you guys want to see me play next. I don't think you can do it on mobile though, so it'll have to be actually on, on desktop. Pecha berries. I think this person gives us a free berry. Figgy berry. Look at that. I really want to go and get that item up there as well. Oh, and there's some more berries up here. Nice. Raspberries. Wepier berries. Nanab. I just want to double check before I get on this water. Which route am I in? I'm still in route 120, that's good. Means that if I do encounter anything on here, it's not an encounter. All that for a full heal. I do like the reflections in the water, like the cloud reflections in the water. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's really cool how it does that. Okay, now we're on route 121. So we get an encounter here. Just got to figure out what we want. So route 121. We can get so in the grass we can get Oddish, which is a dupe, Gloom, dupe, Buchana, Mightyena, Wingull, Kecleon and Shuppet. So Kecleon and Shuppet are the only 2 that we can get that aren't a dupe. And then in terms of surfing and fishing, we actually already have all the surfing and fishing encounters in this area. So yeah, we basically only have a choice of Kecleon or Shuppet. Like, ideally, I think probably getting the Shuppet's probably better. Plus, the Kecleon's only a 1% encounter anyway, so likely that it's going to be the Shuppet. But we can just keep walking through, because this route basically leads up until Lily Cove City anyway. But we'll see. There we go, that's a dupe anyway, Oddish. So we do actually also have another encounter, which is up a little bit. We'll just run away from him. So we've got to fight these two, though, unfortunately, to get to our next encounter, because I don't have anyone that's got cut on me. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of... Yeah, nice. And that'll load for next turn. There we go. Spinder's out. So now it's just a case of we'll protect every other turn with Nando's. And then Flamethrower the other turn. Because it loafs every other turn. So a little bit easier to beat than Norman's Slacking, even though it's a higher level, which makes no sense, right? There we go. Had a little bit of PTSD from the last Slacking we faced. Absolutely decimated us. But yes, so the encounter in here is actually like really difficult to get because it has a chance of running, but it's a Safari Zone encounter. So essentially you go in here. Oh, I can't actually go in there yet, but you have to go get a Pokeblock case from Lily Cove, and then you can go in there and get an encounter. A little bit frustrating, but it's fine. Poochyena. Go. Do we want to go into a double battle to get those two? To get that item? Maybe a little bit. Go. Thankfully they're not strong, so we should be okay in this battle. But we'll use Quick Attack, and then we'll use, why not, Bubble Beam, get rid of the Poochyena here. Oh wow, took it out in one Quick Attack, that's useful. But they go for 3 Pokemon each, so this is definitely a aim down one side kind of deal. That could cause us some problems. Okay. We're going to switch him out now. And we use Acid. Okay. Oh, Whirlwind. Love that. Right, that should take him out, and then the Flamethrower should go into that next one. So that should be useful. They actually changed the double battle mechanics in later generations so that it would like not send out the new Pokemon until the end of the turn, to save this kind of like firing all down one side and taking out multiple Pokemon like I just have there in one turn. He should be down. Next one should then take a body slam. I don't know what's coming in next. I don't actually check which trainers are which, but oh, it's Wingo. There we go, he's down as well. And you should just leave us 2 attacks on the last one. Tropius. Good, glad that we've got 2 on that. Right, okay. Let's get that. Completely useless item because I can't use it. We can go out, yeah. Go around and get this here. Carbos. Oh, the bag's full. Alright. Oh, get rid. Means that I've got to go and sell some stuff in a minute. I've got a full item bag. Oh, encounter. Is it a shuppet? It is. There we go. We can actually catch this one. So we'll switch in to magnet. And then we'll Thunder Wave. It's going to do 28 damage, so it's okay. Okay, we're going to switch out of this one. And then I think probably best to go in here because it's paralyzed. I can just spam Poison Sting and it won't do too much. And it won't also won't poison him either. Nice, okay, that's good. That's okay, I think. Because we can just switch out. It's not a problem. Okay, and then Great Ball. Hopefully this gets it in one. There we go. Right. What should we call this one then? I mean, you can't just say ghost, right? Because it's not really just a ghost. It looks a little bit like a weird dishcloth thing. I don't know. Like, bag seems a little bit like dishcloth. Yeah, go on then. Dishcloth. Thank you, Meg. There you go. He did quite a bit of damage to me, to be fair. I say he did quite a bit of damage to me. It's fine. We can just go in here and just lead fish. So we actually have back where that safari zone was. We've got to go back there in a bit because we've got to go down and there's 2 more encounters down there. Well, actually 3 more encounters down there plus the as far as zone 1. Of course, I led Gyarados when the next battle was against an electric type. 4 times super effective. Love that. Let's go here into Nando's. There we go. Shiftery, flamethrower again. Loudred. A Boomer, yeah. Use Thrash. Oh, I think I'm confused now. Yeah. So we'll just switch out. Going to bat. Yeah, making an uproar. A wing attack here. Hopefully it does a bit of damage. There we go. Oh, it's endured. Of course it has. That means it's going to live on 1 health, no matter what. Right. I don't really want them. Why did I just go in there? What a random thing to do. Okay, right. So, right now we need to... Trying to think, we can either go into the Lily Cove store, but to do that we need to beat our rival. I suppose we can do that. So, Tropius, Ludicolo, Slugma, and Marshtomp. So let's set up for that. So Tropius is going to be... We'll start there. And then for Ludicolo, yeah. And then for Slugma, we'll do the same thing as we did. So like we'll use the same sort of general idea for what we had last time, which is for the Marshtomp we need a grass type. So we could bring Tropius again for when it uses Mud Shot. It's not actually that difficult a battle, it's just if you're a bit unprepared you will probably lose one or two. But yeah, she kind of blocks the way in, as you can see, so let's just like, might be able to make a nice like YouTube short out of this or something maybe, I don't know. Okay, so rival May outside Lily Cove City. So leads off Tropius, which is you lead off a fire type essentially, and we're just going to use flamethrower. It's going to use like this magical leaf. It's a bit quicker than I am, but it's not going to do any damage. Didn't use a healing item, which I'm quite surprised at, but that's absolutely fine. So now we've taken it out, it will either send in Ludicolo or Marshtomp. It's probably going to send in Marshtomp because it has a super effective Mud Shot move, but we're just going to do exactly what we did last time. Oh, it sent in Slugma instead. Wonderful. So because it sent in Slugma, I'm quite surprised it sent in Slugma, to be honest with you. The switch in AI is a little bit weird, but we'll send in Tentacruel. And then just use Bubble Beam. It's absolutely madness that this Pokemon has not evolved yet. I think it evolves at level 38, which is why ours is still sat in the box. But now it will probably send in Ludicolo because it will have... okay, so completely misplaying here. But it's going to use Mud Shot. We know it's going to use Mud Shot because it did it last time, which is why we bought Tropius. And it won't hit because of that. And then we will use Razor Leaf. It's going to use Takedown. That's faster than me. Okay. Oh, I am massively under-leveled with this Tropius, but that's absolutely fine. So, I'm not tempting that. It's going to use Razor Leaf. It's going to use Takedown again. So, we can switch into Bat here. With any luck, it will take itself out. Of course it won't. But we'll just use Bite to take it out. And now the final one to come out is Ludicolo. Which we already have Crobat in for, and it only has Astonish, Absorb, and Nature Power really to do anything. So we'll just Wing Attack, and if it doesn't take it in one, it will definitely do it in two. And that is the last rival battle that you have to fight in this game. The rival's a little bit underwhelming in Emerald, but overall, I'd say we've done pretty well against her every single time. So, yeah, pretty good. She flies off. Rude. Okay, so we can go sell a bunch of stuff in there in here now, which is exactly the only reason we came here, really, because we want to sell all of our stuff. So we'll sell like these here, like Stardust. Basically the stuff that's useless to us. Like Dire Hit, like... No, we want to keep the elixirs, they're good. Macho Brace is good, PP Up's good. Heal Powder. We'll sell the revives because we don't actually need them. Yeah, we know PP Up is good, Josh. PP Up is great. And actually, these are quite useful, but we could sell them. Yeah, why not? Get ourselves a bit of money. Bell as well. No, we want to keep the Soothe Bell. The Soothe Bell's useful. Right, so I'm pretty sure they sell TMs in this place as well, so I'll just double check. I can't remember which one it's in though, but that's the X items, and the other one is going to be the other stuff, the like car bosses and stuff. Okay, so that's Protect. That one is, don't know. That's Light Screen, and that's that one is Reflect, and that one's Light Screen. And then this is Fire Blast, Thunder. That's Blizzard, and that is Hyper Beam. They're all crap. Completely forgot what was in here, but yeah, nothing worth buying. Okay, so outside of going in here and getting the Pokeblock case so that we can get the Safari Zone encounter, we don't have much else to do. There you go, got the Pokeblock case. No, I would not like to enter a Pokemon competition. We'll go and lead Bat. Right. Damn Oddishes. I'll let another Shuppet. Okay, so we're going to get Safari Zone encounter now before we go down into Route 22, 122, sorry. So the way that Safari Zone encounters works is a little bit different to everything else. So you could just get a Pokeblocks and pretty much like enhance what you get, but I'm just going to raw dog it and just go for it. But basically, you can't fight Pokemon in here. The only thing you could do is throw rocks at it or throw bait or Pokeblocks, and each area has a different like encounter table. So like some areas you can only access with a certain bike, as you can see, or there's like other areas a little bit further along where like you can't get through here, for example, until like post game. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go for a random place and hope we get a decent encounter. So of course the first thing we encounter is Oddish, which is a dupe, but we're just going to keep... I don't know if this is a good area to get anything in. I haven't done my research. Okay, Natu. Natu's not too bad. It's a flying psychic type. So you can either go near it, which, like, I can't remember the exact mechanics. But essentially, there's, like, different ways that you could go around it. But, like, I think, like, throwing a Pokeblock will decrease its chances of running away, or I can't remember. So I think it, like, the Pokeblock increases the chance of it, decreases the chance of it running away, and then going near it increases the chance of it running away, but also increases your chance of capturing it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for it and just throw balls. It's easier. And after all that explanation, catch it first ball. So I think Lewis has got it right there. I think we're just going to call it that. Like, we're just going to call it Burb. Why not? Tiny bird. But that paid £500, 500 poker dollars for the pleasure. But there we go. I'll sort of show you what I mean. So, like, if you have Pokeblocks, which I don't, you can throw them at it, or you can, like, go near it, creep closer to it, and then, like, you could, like, keep creeping closer, as you can see. And then eventually, if you creep too close to them, they'll run away. But there we go. We could just retire from there. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So go along here. So we don't actually... I don't know where the Super Rod is. I think we may have to come back for the Route 122 encounter. Because as you can see, like, down here is Route 122. And from surfing, you can only get Tentacle or Wingull. And from fishing, the only different encounter is Sharpedo with a Super Rod. So not ideal. And I don't have a Super Rod yet, so kind of pointless. So we might have to come back for this encounter. But what we can do is go a little bit lower here. So Route 123. And get nothing because Route 123 are all duplicate encounters too. So we've basically got, like, nearly all of our encounters at this point. The only thing decent is some berries, but can't be asked. But we actually do have to go up into Mount Pyre. So, which is just here. So there is encounters in here. But essentially what we need to do is not encounter Shuppet. So, the Pokemon available in here are Shuppet and Duskull. We already have the Shuppet, or we can wait until we get outside and potentially get a Vulpix. Which I think that's what we want to do. Vulpix or Meditite is outside, so I think we're going to wait for those two. It's a little bit different. Something that's a bit better than better of a fire type. So this is where we want to go, this way. know where all the items are, you see. So we're actually just going to run a bit back and forth here till, yeah, the repel wears off, and then try and get the encounter. Not shop it. This is the exterior, yeah. Shop it's just unfortunately a 60% encounter. Vulpix is 30, so we're just gonna have to come into. Wingol's only a 10% encounter, by the way, and I went into that. There we go. I think now we're paralysed that we just throw balls at it. It can't be that difficult to catch, right? He says. We'll switch out from Magneton because it's weak to fire types. And then we'll start throwing balls at it. There we go. That's another encounter, so that's good. This one feels a little like it's definitely a fox, right? Like, there we go, fox. That's that done. So now all we got to do is just go up here, and then we've got to fight a bunch of Team Aqua people. So let's just get on with that. And then the next bit after that is like some Team Magma, like Team Magma Hideout, I think it is, which is like near Lava Ridge Town. So we might do that. Depends how we feel. There we go. That was easy enough. Okay. This one's a double battle. So we'll Thunderbolt the Whalmer, and then we will Flamethrower the Poochyena. we don't really care about lock on. Useful for like things like thunder, but that's about it really. Okay, right, this should be done now. Just Thunderbolt the Carvanha and then Flamethrower the Zubat, and then we should be all good. There we go. Simple enough. And then we just talk to this guy. And then she tells us that something's wrong. Magma Emblem. Fancy. So let's teach Fly. Can we fly from here? We can. Nice. So what we need to do is go to Slateport City. I think. Not 100% sure. I think there's a couple of bits that you have to do before that. So let's go over here. This is a bit that gets a little bit confusing, like, because you have to go to so many different places before you can actually progress the game. So I think I have to go here. I'm pretty sure there's a... I think there's a heart scale over here somewhere. Is it this one? Or is it this one? Yeah, there's a heart scale. Heart scales are really useless because you can like relearn moves. But other than that, pretty useless. So you can go up here, I believe. So I think we have to go speak to them, and then we have to like go out of here. See, it's all a little bit confusing. And then we fly to here. Oh my god, we didn't fight this guy before? Someone check the tapes. I swear we fought this guy. The worst part is I literally cannot do a single thing with this Pokemon to it. like 16 levels above. Like, this is really going to make much of a difference. There we go. And then we have to go up here. Remember, 1 in 16 chance of there being a hiker along here as you're going up the mountain. Nothing this time. And then what we want to do is go straight down. And look, boulder. Let me go in here. So this is the magma hideout. And this is actually an encounter in here, apparently. Who knew? I've already got a torque hole. That's so disappointing. I haven't got a clue where I'm going. Just going purely on vibes. Got the gravel already. Cool. I think this is the way I'm supposed to... No, it's definitely not the way I'm supposed to go. Here we go. Another torque hole. Love that. So, in terms of the magma hideout, essentially what we're doing is we're basically going in here because we got given the magma emblem. It kind of feels a little bit like weird because we were just chasing Team Aqua and now we're going after Team Magma. But it kind of makes sense in the grand scheme of things. Essentially, they stole an orb, but they left the magma emblem behind. So now we're going to look for that orb. And to be honest with you, like, it's alright. Like, this is kind of an okay thing, right? They're kind of easy to beat, at least. We're a little bit over leveled from where we could be, but we have just been burnt, which is a little bit annoying. But we do have a full hill somewhere. We've got a lava cookie. We're actually going to switch out leading Magneton here. We're going to lead Bat. Why not? Another Torkoal. Oh no! Okay, bite. And we'll bite again, that should take it out. There we go. Okay, and then yeah, wing attack should be fine, right? Okay, so I want to avoid facing that guy, so we're just going to run round him. Another Graveler. I might just use a repel, because at this point I'm not running into anything new, am I? Should we have a look what Emerald Magma Hideout encounters? Do I have to go through this way? This feels like the right way. Yeah, you can literally only come across Geodude, Graveler and Torkoal in here, so completely pointless, because I've already got all of those. There we go, let's take him out. Oh wow, look at his vision. Guy's got unreal vision. Needs to tell me how he's got it. I couldn't even see him. Thankfully these guys are really easy, otherwise it would be actually a little bit like tough. Like there was actually a ROM hack of this like called Emerald Kaizo, which is ridiculously difficult. Like I have played it, but not as a Nuzlocke before. Like, I never actually finished it, like, because the Elite Four is ridiculously powerful. But, yeah, I wouldn't want to be... Is it this way? I don't feel like this is the right way on gut to go, to be honest with you. Right, at least, yeah, just facing a bunch of Zubats. A little bit samey this bit, I'm afraid. Not the most entertaining content in the world, but at least we found ourselves a rare candy. Oh, repel's effect wore off. There we go, super repel. Ourselves a little bit of Pokemon Center action, I think. Oh, this is double battle, nice. Something a little bit different. No, Mighty Anna. Getting intimidated. Love to see that. And then we'll flamethrower here. There we go. At least that one's over. I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. Who knew? I don't know. I kind of know my way through Aqua Hideout, but Magma Hideout's like one of those where it's like... There's just nothing really noteworthy about it. This is probably like one of the more boring parts of the game. For me, anyway. Obviously, not for everyone. I think I have to go back the other way. And then down here. And I'm pretty sure this person says that their ear is burning. Yeah, there we go. That's how you know you're going in the right way. Once you see that person, you know you're going the right way. Two bites should take this guy out. Right. We're just gonna just to protect ourselves a little bit, we're just gonna like change our lineup a little bit. Is this the right way to go? Maybe. Didn't want to fight this guy. I could have easily avoided him. Oh well. Acid, why not? Use bubble beam this time. Mix it up and all that. There we go. Easy enough. I don't think there's any items in here that are worth picking up. PP Max. There we go. Bit of PP Max going on. The other day we talked about we didn't know if there was a PP Max in this game. There's the answer. There is absolutely a PP Max. I think it was Josh that asked if there was a PP Max. Nugget. All right. Let's remedy that, shall we? There you go. Shouldn't come into any more now. Right. Battle toy. I believe there's only like 2 more battles before this is finished now. I think I've got a double battle after this, and then you've got the admin Tabitha. And then it'll be Maxie, which we've already beaten both of those once anyway, so it should be easy enough. probably not be going in massively under-leveled here. So let's just level up this Tropius here. There you go. Could have thought this is a single battle, by the way, just by talking to the first person. But they've got like level 30 Pokemon, like they're miles below my like levels. And with the fact that Tentacruel can basically walk this whole hideout on its own, yeah, not really worth worrying about. There you go, literally. Right, so now we've got the admin Tabitha. Oh, I was actually going to heal before going into her, but that's fine. She's not too bad. She's got like a Numel, a Mightyena, Camerupt, not too bad. Like she'll be okay. Like not much to say about her really, other than the fact that I'm just going to take her out. Probably walk her with Tentacruel here. Tentacruel will not be coming to the next gym because it's a psychic type gym. So I don't mind just absolutely flying up levels with Tentacruel here. I think this has got Magma Armor as an ability, which like actually means that like water type moves aren't as effective. Maybe not. Maybe that's just in the ROM hacks. So Mightyena got clear body, so it won't intimidate me. Not that it matters because I will be using a special move anyway. And then Zubat, which again I've just used Bubble Beam. I will be healing before the Maxie fight because he is ridiculously higher leveled compared to the rest of his like team. So, you know, he starts with like a level 37, 38 or something like that. So we will be using a couple of rare candies just to help us out here. We're going to go in here with, yeah. Just going to take, because basically we're going to like level up the ones that aren't going to be coming to the next gym battle. Body Slam is slightly better than Stomp, so we will teach that there. So we'll take this one to level 38, I think. And then, yeah, this one will go to level 40. And then we need to be able to deal with the Crobat. So, yeah, that should be fine. And then our own Crobat maybe will. Aircut is actually quite good. Yeah, get rid of Leech Life. Good for double battles. There we go. Okay, so now we just need to heal. We've got a couple of Oran berries, don't we? Yeah. Not wasting like hyper potions on 1 health or 4 health or whatever. Right, okay. So with this one we're going to lead off with Tropius. but we'll max revive. Good, we can sell that. That'll be nice. So let's pause the music for a second. So yeah, Magma Leader Maxie. Sorry, Magma Leader Maxie is like actually compared to the rest of the hideout actually quite difficult. So we actually need to take this one quite seriously. But he's only got 3 Pokemon, which is nice. But as you can see here, he's Awakening Groudon, but he's using the blue orb, which now like we're about to see. He's just going to disappear. Sorry, spoilers. So he's going to be angry. He thinks it's my fault or or our fault in this case. And he's going to battle us. So he's going to lead off with Mightyena, which has Intimidate, it's got Roar, it's got Swagger, it's got Scary Face, it's got Takedown. But the Mightyena lead here is actually a bit problematic for us, but we'll get through it. So for Mightyena, we're going to lead off with Tropius, and we're just going to hit Growth, because that's going to raise our special attack. And then we're just going to put some magical leaves down, like, because they can't miss. So as long as we get over the Swagger, and which is confusing us, we should be fine. Ideally, what you should really do is equip the berry that like gets rid of the confusion, but it's not the end of the world. Should be able to 2-hit here. Wow. Nice. Definitely mattered there, as you saw from the first one. After he used the super potion, it should have just taken him down to about half again. So I think what we'll probably do here is, yeah, he's going to go into Camerupt. So with Camerupt, we're obviously weak here, because although it's saying that, it doesn't have any fire type moves. This Camerupt is really weird, like in the sense that it has Rock Slide, it has Earthquake, so really useful. This isn't going to use Earthquake in this situation because it knows I'm a flying type. So it's more than likely going to use Takedown or Rock Slide. So what we'll do is we will switch in to our Tentacruel. While it uses Amnesia, the one move I didn't think it would use. Gen 3 AI is just incredible. So we're going to use Bubble Beam. The Amnesia actually saved it there. The Earthquake here is a bit problematic. It crit. Nice. Ooh. Okay, let's go into Gyarados. Okay, that is the Camerupt down. Gave us a few problems. Wasn't expecting to lose Tentacruel there, but dead to a crit, which, you know, wasn't expecting that. But now the last one is Crobat. So we can go one of 2 ways around this. Either we can keep Gyarados in and just use Ice Beam, or we can go with the original plan, which is to switch over to Magneton. This has got Bite, Wing Attack, Confuse Ray, and Air Cutter. So Confuse Ray is a little bit of a problem. This whole like team is around like just trying to basically stop you attacking. But we will just... His 3 attacking moves can't do anything to us. The most damage we're going to do is to ourselves. But thankfully the Thunderbolt gets through there. And it didn't kill. Nice. So we'll just use Spark and finish him off, hopefully. So once again, we'll try and use Spark and try and finish this off. We've flinched. So we're just going to use Spark here. Keep using Spark. This is going to keep flinching me. This is lovely. Wow, okay. So we're going to switch out now. And go back into the Gyarados here. There we go. And that's Maxie defeated with 1 loss, which is a little bit annoying, but to be honest with you, I don't think Tentacruel would have been much use for me outside of this hideout now anyway, so it's kind of, he's gone past his use point now, so RIP Spag Bowl. But there we go, so now we're just going to pick up this item, an escape rope. Kind of useless now, because literally you can just go up here. Up here. Wrong way. Back up round here. So as you can see, it's empty now because we've basically cleared out the place. Right, let's chuck the music back on. We're good now. Let's fly. We're like 20 levels above here, so we're pretty alright, I'd say. Okay, so we're gonna just pop our first loss for a while. So that's our first loss since well before Tree. But take a nice long rest there. And I think that is a perfect time to end the stream. So let me just update the deaths. There we go. So yeah, thanks very much everyone for watching. I will be back on tomorrow evening for another stream, hopefully slightly longer next time. But yeah, next stream is definitely, we will be doing Aqua Hideout and making our way over to Moss Deep City, which then we could get the Super Rod, and it means more encounters, loads more encounters along the way. So yeah, thanks very much guys.